In this video, I'm going to go over everything you need to know about bill of materials, how to import them, how to use them most efficiently, and how to create them manually. So the first thing we're going to do is go into our manufacturing application. We'll go to products, and we'll take a look at all of our products that we created so far. I have a filter here so that we can group them by the product category. Right now we see we have a finished good, and I named these very generically so that we can follow along easily. So we have a manufactured product, final product. We have parts, which is going to be a subassembly, and another subassembly, which we'll use as a kit or a phantom bomb. And then we have all of our raw materials to our right. Our products can have different units of measure, such as feet, units, ounces, and so on. If we take a look at one of our raw materials, we'll see it's very basic. We have the product type set as storable product, and we have the unit of measure set at feet. Under inventory, we have this set as buy because this is a raw material that we will purchase. Inside of our subassembly, we do not have can be sold selected because this is a product that we're just going to manufacture and use in our final product. This is just units. And in our inventory, we have it set to manufacture. In our subassembly here, I want to make sure that we set this to manufacture because we are not going to buy this. This is going to be our phantom bomb or our kit, and we'll see what that means in just a second. Finally, we have our manufactured final product. This can be sold. We are not going to purchase it because we're going to manufacture this. And then under inventory, we have manufacturer set so that we can create a bill of material for this product and use it throughout the system. Now from here, there's several ways to create a bill of material. The first way is to go into this smart button here and click into bill of material, but more likely you'll be creating these in bulk. And by doing that, you can, inside of the manufacturing application, we'll go to products, bill of material, and then we'll start building out our bill of material. So the first thing I'm going to do is build out a bill of material for the main product. So I'm going to select the product, which is going to be manufactured final product. I have variants enabled, and we'll take a look at how we can utilize variants later on in this video. But for now, we're going to leave this blank. This manufactured final product does not currently have any variants to apply. Under quantity, we're going to tell the system for this entire bill of material, how many or how much quantity are we going to produce based on the bill of material that we're going to build out. For this example, we'll leave 1 unit. To the right, we have a reference, so just an easy way to identify this bill of material. And then we have the BOM type. We have manufacture this product or kit. So a manufactured product is essentially any product that you're going to build out, whereas a kit is going to allow you to kit products together, also known as a phantom bomb. So if you have 2 items that commonly go together, or many items that commonly go together, and they're used in different bill of materials, but you want to track them or manage them separately, that is a good way to use kits. Additionally, outside of manufacturing, if you're going to sell products in a 2-pack, or maybe you have a computer that comes with a mouse and a keyboard, and you want to bundle those together, that's another reason to use kits. In this example, we'll be using kits to denote something that is used commonly, and we would use it in multiple different bill of materials, so we'd want to just bundle those items together. Down below is where you'll set all of your items and components. So what we're going to do here is start adding our products. We'll select raw material 1, raw material 2, raw material 3, and then a couple more items. I'll have to search more for them. So we're going to put the subassembly, and we're going to put the subassembly kit. We can add different quantities if needed, but for now we'll just leave it very basic and we'll just put 1 of each. If we click this 3 dots, we'll see that there's another option that says apply on variants. We're going to talk about what that means in just a moment, but first let's save this and create our first bill of material. So now we've created a bill of material for this manufactured final product. If I click into the structure and cost, the system will tell me exactly how much this bill of material costs. We have all of our items with the quantity and the product cost set on the product template, which gives us a final bill of material cost. Now we're going to add items to that subassembly, each one of these. So let's go ahead and back out to our bill of materials and create a new bill of material for our subassembly. And this is going to be another manufactured product. We'll add component 4 and component 5, and we'll leave it at 1 unit each. Next, we'll create the subassembly for the kitted product. We'll say this is a kit, and we'll add raw material 6 and raw material 7. So now we can save that, and if we go back to our high-level bill of materials, so that manufactured final product, we can take a look at the structure and cost, and we can unfold some of these, and we'll see that we can have a sub bill of material that applies to this high-level bill of material, and you can do this many levels deep as you need, and then we'll see the final bill of material cost down here. And remember, this is all to produce 1 unit of our final product. So now that we've configured that, we can go ahead and build out one of these products, and then we'll take a look at what that looks like. So I currently have all of our components in stock needed to produce these goods. So I will go into operations, manufacturing order, and I'll create a new manufacturing order for our final product. And now I'm going to save this. And as you can see, we have raw material 1, 2, and 3. We have our subassembly, but we'll notice that the subassembly kit has disappeared, and the 2 components needed, so those 2 components that were bundled together, are now extracted and put onto this high-level bill of material. So the whole purpose of that phantom BOM is to be able to manage the one single bill of material for these 2 products. And that would be much more helpful in the scenario where you have, let's say, 10 components that always go together, and you want to manage that subpart separately from the high-level bill of material. I'm sure you're already aware of what a subassembly is, just a component that you need to build out that goes into this higher level component. So I can confirm this. Obviously, we do not have any subassemblies in stock because we have our forecast set to red, but I'll confirm this subassembly or this high level bill of material. We can check the availability. We do not have any in stock. We can click into our forecast here, and we can replenish one of these. And we'll say that we're going to manufacture this product, and we can confirm. So based on that, a new manufacturing order was created so that we can build out this subassembly. And then once we build out this subassembly, we can mark this as done. Let's say we went through the manufacturing process. Now that it's completed, we can go into our manufacturing orders, take a look at this, and now we have the product on hand, so we'll mark that as done as well. And now we built out our complete manufactured product. Now if we go to our cost analysis, we'll see the complete breakdown of costs for this product. If we did have work centers enabled, we would be able to track labor as well. But for the purpose of this demonstration, we're just talking about how to create bill of materials. Now, bill of materials can get much more complex than that, and generally people have questions around importing bill of materials. So before we get into importing though, let's talk about variants. So Odoo has what's called apply on variants for a bill of material, and this allows us to manage less bill of materials for a lot of products. So let's say we have a manufactured final product here. If we go to attributes, we can create a new attribute. I'm going to say color. I'm going to create color. I'm going to add some values. So I'm going to say red, blue, black. So we have red, blue, and black for a manufactured final product. And then I'm going to say for raw material 1, this also has variants. And we can say color. And we're going to also say red, blue, and black. Save. And let's go ahead and add some inventory for those individual products. So we'll go to product variants. Let's go to list view here, and we'll look at raw material 1 and add the quantities for each of those. So I'm just going to add 100 units of each. This is just for demonstration purposes. And then we'll see how we can utilize that apply on variant in order to streamline our bill of material. So now we're going to go back to bill of materials, and we're going to go to this high-level manufactured product. Now, traditionally, we would select the variant, and then we'd say we're going to make a bill of material for the red manufactured product. And what that entails is our raw material, that raw material 1, but now it's going to be raw material 1 red. And now this whole bill of material is going to be managed. The downside to this is that if the raw material 2 changed for all of our manufactured final product, we'd have a bill of material for each one of these variants that we'd have to go in and update. So instead, what you can do is remove this product variant and manage one high-level bill of material by adding raw material 1. We're going to add all the different colors. We'll drag these up just so it looks a little bit nicer. And then we're going to use this apply on variant mechanism in order to select what variant this product belongs to. So when the bill of material is created and we need to create a red manufactured final product, then we're going to use this raw material 1 red. So we'll say that this applies on the red variant of our manufactured final product. And we're going to say this applies to the black and this one to the blue. So now, if I want and go ahead and create a new manufactured product, so I'm going to go ahead and create a manufactured final product blue. So I'm going to go into our operations, manufacturing orders. We'll click create. We're going to say we're going to create a manufactured final product blue. And we'll see that it only brings in raw material 1 blue because the system knows that for this particular variant, we are only using the product, all of the products that don't have any apply on variant, plus the product that has a specific apply on variant. So we're going to eliminate any one that has an apply on variant that is not this particular variant. And this makes managing your bill of materials much more efficient. Now, it's not always practical to use, but it is practical in many cases when you have a lot of size and color variants that don't necessarily change much else in the bill of material. So we're not going to go through this manufacturing process because the whole point was to show apply on variants. The next thing I want to do is show you how to import products and bill of materials. So I'm going to go over to an Excel sheet here. And we're going to see that we have 2 tabs, one for products and one for bill of materials. We're going to create some simple bill of materials and show you how you can import these. So I'm just going to give this an external ID. So every product or record that you import into the system needs an external ID, and this is going to be a unique identifier that you can use in other uploads to reference back to this individual record. So we're just going to call this product template 001, and we'll drag that down, and hopefully it gives us, all right, so we have product 1, 2, 3, 4, let's do 5 and 6, and we'll just call this product 001, product 002, and so on. So now we have product 001 to 006, and this is all we need to import products into this system. We just have the external identifier and the name of the product. Of course, you can add other items such as a cost, price, and different routes, but for now, we're just going to keep it very simple. And then under bill of materials, there's a few items that we definitely need. So we're going to walk through this. The first thing we're going to do is create a bill of material for product 001 containing product 002 and product 003. So I'm going to select this external ID and I'm going to paste it into product/external ID. Now our external ID here is going to be the external identifier for the entire bill of material. So I'll just call this BOM 001. The name of this doesn't matter. This is just a unique identifier. Next, what we're going to do is we can apply it on a variant if this product had a variant, but we're not going to do that now. We'll leave it blank. We need to tell the system how much we're going to produce in this bill of material. For this, we're going to say 1 unit, and then it's going to be the unit of measure, which is units. The bill of material type. So if we remember, if we go back to products, bill of material, there's 2 types. We can either do kit or manufactured product. So we'll do manufacture this product. And now each individual line down here has an external ID attached to it as well. So now we'll give each one of these lines an external ID. We'll just say BOM line 001, and we'll copy that, and this one will say 002. Now we need to tell the system what product is going to be in this line. So we're filling in this component line. And in order to do that, we're going to grab the external ID that we created here. We'll say this is component 1, and this is the second component. And then again, we need the quantity for that individual line, which is going to be this quantity. And we'll just say, let's say 2 and 2. So now if you want to create multiple bill of materials all at once with this import, then what we can do is copy this over. We can just copy and paste this whole thing, and then we'll just make some adjustments. So this is going to be 3, and this is going to be 3 and 4, and then this will be, well, actually this will be 4, this will be 5, and this will be 6. So we have product 001 with 2 products, which is 002 and 003. And then we have product 4 that's going to be manufactured, which is going to be product 5 and product 6. We could change this to 3 and 3. And then this bill of material needs its own external identifier. So we'll do 002. Now this might seem like a little much, but once you get used to it, it's fairly easy. You can create as many bill of materials here as you need. And we can even make this a little bit more interesting. So if we wanted to say that bill of material 2 is a high-level bill of material and this is a subassembly, we can go ahead and add bill of material 001 as a product in here. So the way we'll do that is just by simply adding that product template 001 as another item inside of this manufactured product. So we'll just add one more item here, and we'll say this contains 1 unit. So now we can go ahead and try to upload this and make sure that we don't have any errors. So let's first import those products. We'll go to favorites, import records. We'll upload our file. We'll test. Everything looks good, so we can import that. We have our product 001, 002, 3, and 4, 5, 6. So now we can go into our bill of materials and upload a bill of material. Go to import records, upload bill of materials. We'll select our second sheet on the left here. And now we'll see all of our columns. We have the external ID, the product external ID, product variant external ID, which we're not using right now, so we can exit out of this. We have the quantity to produce, we have the unit of measure, and then we have all of the different bill of material line items. Now, when I click test, we're going to get an error, and that error is going to be because our component external ID is actually using a different external ID than the one needed in this line, and this typically throws people off. So I'm going to test that, and we're going to see that we have an error down below. And the reason for this is because there's 2 different models. We have a product model, product template model, and a product variant model. The system is looking for the product variant model ID for the BOM lines, but we provided it with the high-level product ID. Whether or not you have variants enabled on your system, you still need the variant ID because behind the scenes, a product always contains a variant ID. So in order to get those variant IDs, we can go to products and we can list out our products that we need. And then we'll go to actions export. We can say I want to update this data, and then what we're going to look for is our products. And then we'll get the products external ID. Now there is a way where we could have uploaded this external ID when we created the product. But typically when people are looking at this video, they would probably already have products in their system. So I wanted and elected to do it this way. So now I'll export this. I'll take a look at that. And then we'll grab the external IDs that were generated for these items by the system. So all of these were automatically generated when we exported the product. So now we can take that, we'll paste it in here. They should be in order. Let's just double check 01 to 06. And now we'll replace our bill of materials with the appropriate product templates or products. So for number 2 here, we're going to grab 2 and we're going to replace it. We'll do the same for number 3. And then we need 5, 6. So we'll do 5, 6, and then finally we'll get the template for product, or the ID for product 1. So now we should be able to import this with no problems. So we'll go back to bill of materials. We'll click import record, upload, select our second sheet. And as you can see, everything seems fine. So we'll go ahead and import that. And now we'll look at product 001. We have product 2 and 3 inside of it with 2 quantities in each. It's a product that we manufacture. And then if we look at product 004, we'll see that we have product 4, manufactured product, and each one of our product lines. So we created both of those bill of materials. Just to reference back, if we go into this product, let's say we go into product number 4, we will see that it has a bill of material attached to it. The last thing to note is that you can have multiple bill of materials for a single product, and the one that was going to be used is always going to be the one that's on top, unless you have multiple and each one of them apply to a specific variant, then that product and product variant will be used depending on what variant you're trying to produce. So that's everything you need to know about bill of materials.